Welcome back, everyone. So, before we go through the Arcane Sanctuary, I just want to re-clarify. I once again tried to refresh my memory on some of the stuff involving Horizon, Bartok, and the mage player character from Diablo 1. So, there are some details I didn't really mention or wasn't really clear on. So I should mention that this was had to do with the Mage Clan Wars and the Vajerai way back when. Horizon and Bartok were brothers, and they had different opinions on how to do the whole thing, because they were both wanting to do the summoning demons thing, but they wanted to go about it different ways and such, so they conflicted. Like, Horizon was a summoner in the sense that he was kind of like one of those kinds of warlocks in Warcraft that would summon a demon and then bind it to its will. You will serve me or die. You know, that kind of guy. Bartok was more of a bargainer. He was the type of warlock who was like, he would summon the demon and he'd be like, hey, look, I want your help, and if you work with me, we can make some things happen, and we can be able to both get something out of it. What do you say? You want to work together? Get something out of this? You know, he was that kind of like a bargainer with the demons that he would summon and work with. So it was two different kind of styles. And there's a bunch of other stuff. Like I said, a lot of this is in the books. And Bartok eventually, amongst his bargaining, became cursed to a demonic suit of armor that he was kind of bound to. It made him incredibly strong, but it was a demonic suit of armor, so it kind of cursed him and such. He actually is a quest in Diablo 1, believe it or not. You can actually fight him, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And that's kind of part of his fate. Horizon, his fate had to do a lot with the fact that he had done so many... he had done so much summoning and binding of demons that he was afraid of the consequences if they ever broke free and such. So he came here to the Arcane Sanctuary to hide. And, you know, he spent all the time here basically trying, doing the, I'm not here, don't look for me, I'm not here. But the thing is, staying here for so long, he eventually started basically, as I was saying, I was indicating this, I guess the proper term would be that he was dissolving. And I don't mean like physically. Like I said, he's basically dissolving like mentally, emotionally. This place is like, it affected the way his mind, where he actually started to kind of have his mind kind of mix with the sanctuary itself, where it was almost hard to distinguish the sanctuary from Horizon's mind and such. And that was kind of one of the main, that's kind of where his story ended, except for one thing. Diablo 1. And the mage character that we play in Diablo 1. So, as I mentioned, he went to Tristram to find out what was going on, and after those events, he thought the summoning demons thing would be helpful and resourceful as a way to help people because, he was a character we could play. So he wasn't a bad guy like Horizon was, who was kind of a villain. But the mage came here. You remember that Jaren was like, hey, there was this mage guy who showed up. He was asking questions. I think that was, I believe that was the mage from Diablo 1 who came here because he was wanting to do some research and investigate stuff. And as a result of him being here and Horizon being so a part of the sanctuary at this point, because remember, this happened several millennia ago when Horizon came here, he is sort of partly possessing the summoner, the mage. I'm just going to call him the summoner. The mage from Diablo 1 is the summoner. So if I say the summoner, that's who I'm talking about, the mage from Diablo 1. Horizon is somewhat kind of possessing him, but not entirely. As I mentioned in the book, there was kind of where it follows this character. She doesn't know what the summoner's talking about because he would say one thing as the mage, but then he would say another thing as Horizon, because they were kind of like, battling wits with each other. It's almost like as if the mage was trying to wrestle control over his mind away from Horizon, and they were kind of battling internally with each other. And that's going to affect that's going to be the version that we're going to be encountering here, basically. Now, I believe I've heard that at the end of the book, Horizon and Bartok eventually decide that they should stop existing, that they realize that they were pawns of hell, and they don't want anything more to do with this, so they decide to just die, both of them. So, And that's basically the actual entire story involving Horizon Bartok and the mage from Diablo 1, aka the Summoner, who we are going to be finding and encountering in this dungeon here. Now this dungeon, as you can see, there's 4 different walkways here. The thing about this dungeon is that it's one of these 4 different ways here. I just realized, hold on. What? Why is that showing there? Hold on.
How may I help you?
Well, it can't be repaired. Oh, it's 6 of 37 durability. Oh my goodness. I thought that meant... Okay, so this weapon is about to actually stop. I won't be able to use this weapon. I didn't realize that. Well, in that case... Gosh, that's such a shame, because that's such a nice weapon. It's got nice stats, but I can't repair it. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to settle for something else. I guess I'll have to just simply settle for this here. Alright. Well, it was nice to have, but it's ethereal, so it can't be repaired, and it's about to wear out, so... I'll just go ahead and get rid of it, I guess. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. I looked up here and I saw that. I was like, what? So, anyways. What I was trying to say is that the destination that we're looking for is one of 4 different ways. Now, this is actually one of those areas I've heard is actually a good farming spot. It actually reminds me of a couple of parts in Diablo 3 where it's like, hey, pick one and see if it's the right one. In Act 1, there is the quest where we are looking for the Chancellor that has Leoric's crown, and it's in one of 3 possible tombs. And we can actually, and we choose and try to see which one is it. I actually tend to hope to get the wrong ones, because it's a great way to kind of like go through, get XP, get gear and such. And I've heard that that's kind of what people liked to do in this area here. You would pick one, and you would kind of, if you're like leveling or looking for loot and such, you would basically hope you're going to pick the wrong 3 locations, and then have the right one for last. So, there is a little book here. I don't know if that's maybe a hint. Let's go ahead and see. If it is the right one, well, I could probably just go ahead and try for the others on my own. I've heard this is also a great reason to play a sorceress, because you can just teleport this whole way, just zoom, zoom, zoom. Ah, Night Eater. Extra strong. Well, I'm not doing as much damage with that weapon, but I am now benefiting from mana stolen per hit and life stolen per hit, so there is that. I'll take what I can get. Rune. I've heard this is a great place to farm because there actually can be a nice number of either uniques or just other things. I've heard this is a really great farming spot. What a great background for this, by the way, right? This is how it was back then. Whee! Space. Pretty cool looking from back in the day, right? just platforms just floating in space. I will say the transition is a little, well, I guess a little glitchy, you could say. Ooh, a greater mana potion. Ooh, we're getting higher ranks of potions now. How did my golem get all the way down here? That's a great casting spot right there. Nice and safe. Go on, minions, go get him. Follow me. I just love seeing the skeletal mages just back here just casting spells. I wish the skeletal mages in D3 were as cool as those. Like, as someone who has played quite a bit of the Necromancer in D3, there are some things about how this class functions, at least when it comes to the summoner build, and this is, keep in mind, this is only like early impression stuff. There are some things about how it works I actually do like a little bit more than how it does in D3. Like, I do like how in D3 you don't necessarily have to think about it too much, because you can just have them just be summoned passively and then be able to just spend the rest of the time casting spells. But you are limited to how many you can be able to have, and you can't necessarily do that much more to buff them outside of the runes in D3. Ow. Cool. Yeah, I can definitely see why some people would prefer to have the sorceress and teleport in this dungeon, because this is pretty expansive when it comes to the routes and the platforms. But hey, at least you have a cool background to look at in the meantime, because look at this. We're just out in space. Pretty cool. My guys are just stuck there back there. Might as well be playing a barbarian or a paladin right now. Just smack, smack, smack. Or I guess, hold on, I'm using an axe, so it should be chop, chop, chop. Well, the narrow pathways here, the platforms here, remind me of the narrow passageways in the maggot lair. Because you can see how it's affecting my my minions. They are having a bit of a rough time. Now, there's no walls here preventing their line of sight, so you can see my mages are actually having a better time because they can actually still see the enemies and still cast their spells at them. So it's not as bad as it was in the maggot lair, but you can also still see it is affecting the melee ones because they're having a tough time just getting around. Ended up running all the way back to where we were before. But hey, isn't that just like how it is in Diablo? I mean, come on, how often have you done, you know, a run around like this on a map in Diablo where it's like, oh, okay, I'm back where I was before, I just ended up going a different way, you know? Like, now I go over here and I'm like, oh, hey! It's another separate area with some more enemies. Oh, a lightning spire. Immune to poison. Ew. We should get rid of that thing. That thing is putting out some nasty damage. Okay. Unravel her head? Blech. At least they teleport to where I am. Another lightning spire. Looks like this was not the correct way. I mean, I'm personally happy about that, but because it means I can just be able to go here, get some more stuff. Look at this. No wonder this is considered a good farming place. Wow! Yeah. Is there nothing to click on to actually go back to where we were before? Because if not, and I have to run all the way back, that's going to be really annoying. Alright. Actually, hold on. You know what? There was a Skrilla Town portal nearby. Let me just grab that and use that. It's like, alright, just, open the portal, go back, use the waypoint, and there we go. There it is.
Good day.
There we go. Alright, and now we'll use the waypoint. And pick another direction. Let's go. Let's stick on the same side. Let's go this way. A teleport pad. Oh, so that's how the pads looked back then. What's the matter, guys? You can't reach us? My mages are like, oh yeah! We can just go ahead and cast at them and not have to worry about a thing. Alright. My merc, I feel much stronger now. Good. Trying to... There we go. Yeah, he's got crap gear, but he's a 18 now. You'll notice that there's no mana listed here, so I find myself wondering, does he stop casting at times because he apparently is out of mana, or are we just out of range? I don't know. This is a interesting little portion here, emphasizing the teleporting pads. Ooh, a greater mana potion. A thawing potion? I guess if I'm cold or frozen or something. Maybe that'll come in handy when we encounter the summoner. You know, I wouldn't mind grabbing one of those swords and seeing if there's something I can do about upgrading it, but I'm pretty sure I don't have the means to do that because I don't have the right types of runes or gems. Because I have to upgrade those. Look at these guys bunched up at the gate. Oh, if we only knew how to use these teleporting pads. Now, of course, these things don't have to be... These specters don't have to worry about that at all. I guess that means this wasn't it. No, I guess not. So in this case, we won't have to, because we're actually pretty close by. So let's go this way. Ooh, a shrine. I'd love to get an XP shrine in here. Ow. My Merc is just standing there. You know what would have been interesting while going through here? Is if, you know, because Horizon is supposed to be a part of this so much, is if we were actually hearing him, like he senses our arrival here in the sanctuary, and he starts like talking to us or taunting us, just kind of like, I'm trying to think of a comparison here. Like, as if we went into Icecrown, and the moment we step into Icecrown, the Lich King starts talking to us, because he's like, I sense someone has entered my, you know, my, sanctuary of ice, you know, because nothing happens there without him knowing. And it would be kind of cool if they had done that same type of thing with Horizon here, to really hammer in how much Horizon had actually become a part of the sanctuary itself. I just think that would have been a cool little effect as you're going through here, that you're able to actually hear him sometimes almost taunt you or something. Like, as you got closer, like, he's like, you know, affecting the summoner, knowing that you're on the verge of reaching him, and then you're going to be able to, you know, you're going to be fighting him, and he's like, you are on your way towards, you know, a pitiful attempt, because you won't win. You know, stuff like that. Through. Ugh, the body blocking in this dungeon is real. Ow! Just gonna go straight for the spire. Get out of my way, Ghoul Lord. Hey, minions, you wanna come help? Ow. Ooh, another room. Boy. Oh, hey, there's the Frost Nova. That helps. I need to back up. Keep myself alive. Deal with this, minions. Yes, I'll sit back here and let you do all the work, as a true overlord should. My golem's just standing there like, dude. Get the spire! The spire! I think I picked the wrong direction again. Like, it's starting to look like, as you know, based on the path here, it's starting to look like this is the wrong path again, so. Go back this way. Go down this way. Spectres. Notice those symbols that are on the ground. These are going to be important later. Looks like I picked the wrong path again. There we go. Okay. Whew. Let's see here. Sapphire. Keys. All right.
How may I help you?
Somehow I ended up with that. go. Alright, one path left. This way. An empty casket. There we go, minions, much better. Okay. Everybody good? Everyone good? Alright. They're all stuck down there. Ugh. That skeleton is just getting absolutely wrecked. here we go. Whoops. Once again, I keep messing that up. Oh boy. You definitely feel like things are starting to pick up a little bit here in terms of the enemies, because now I have some minions that are going down and getting hurt. Oh. Oh gosh, that's bad. Don't stand in the fire! Look how the specters can just fly, you know, from floor to floor through the platforms and such. I'm sure we are getting close to him, guys. I'm sure we're getting close to him. But I'll tell you what, doing this on other classes where I'm not going to have to rely on my minions to follow me is definitely probably going to be more beneficial, because then they're less likely to actually get stuck. Oh. My golem went down. Let's get him back up. Ow! another one of those lightning spires. Get it! Okay. I wonder if it's back over here. That area up there that didn't go. I may have to... I don't know. It seems as if there are times where my Merc just absolutely runs out of mana and he stops healing. A whole bunch of gold over there. My golem is just burning. Will you guys stop putting firewalls down, please? Wait, so I guess the one with the teleport platforms was the correct way? Because this is clearly saying, nope, this is not the right way. Yep, I guess so. Okay, then.
Good day.
All right. Well, in that case... Ah, okay. This was the area I didn't go. This must be it right over here. I'm looking to see if I can spot him before we encounter him. You know, before my mains attack him or whatever, but I don't know. Ooh, yeah, game froze there when I do that, so they're gonna have to polish that up a bit. Yeah, these guys are definitely like the sorceress, constantly casting spells like, you know, Wall of Fire and such, which I know are abilities that the sorceress has. I just haven't gotten to experience that myself because my sorceress is still in Act 1 at like level 7, I think. Ow! Here come the specters. I was like, why is my mana so low? Oh, that's probably why. The specters probably drained it. Since they drain mana. Let's see. Oh, looks like I found him. Because quest log just updated. And I have something cast on me. Kill the summoner. Oh boy. Alright, oh gosh, oh gosh. Alright, before we do this, I'm gonna open up a town portal. Just in case.
Not enough mana.
Oh, well, this is bad. Ah! My merc died!
Not enough mana.
There's a summoner over there. Yeah, he is casting some pretty harmful spells. Woo boy. Ow. And my golem is down. Woo boy. Ah! Stop stealing life and die! Jeez. Oh, there he is. And that's probably what I was talking about earlier with Horizon. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh.
He was not Horizon. He was a deluded fool who got too close to true power.
He doesn't drop anything. Just gold and potions. Boo. Ah. Oh boy. I got scared there. Still haven't died. Still have not died, though I expect that to change pretty soon. Well, I am out of the health potions. Definitely need to go back. Oh boy.
Greetings.
Ooh.
Hello.
Nope. Not yet. So, let's listen to Horizon's journal.
Seekers of the tomb of Tal Rasha will find it through the portal, but know that the glowing glyphs recorded here in my arcane sanctuary are the signs of the 6 false tombs. The missing 7th sign marks the tomb of Tal Rasha. Of the Herodrum, he might be called the foremost. It was a shining but brief moment for the mage clans when they set aside their differences and worked together against the common enemy. The Herodrum relentlessly pursued the 3 across the desolate empires of the east and even into the uncharted lands of the west, leaving the Archangel Tyrael's hands unblemished. Presuming the 3 to be vanquished, the Herodrum's unstable fellowship began to dissipate. Abandoning their sacred charge to safeguard the 3 soul stones, the disparate mage clans began to squabble amongst each other over petty differences. Their conflicts not only dissolved their brotherhood, but strengthened the evils which they had buried beneath the cold earth.
So then it gives you a portal to the Canyon of the Magi, which is where we're going to be going to find the tomb. Yes, that was Paul Lighting, the voice of Colonel Campbell from Metal Gear Solid, who also voiced... he was in Diablo 1, basically voicing that narrator from the cinematic, but it was also supposed to be the voice of Lazarus. He's also the voice of Mephisto, because he voices him in Heroes of the Storm, and I believe he voices him here in Diablo 2 as well. So, yeah, we're supposed to be able to figure out which symbol leads to the correct tomb. And so what the idea here is, you see the symbols here on the floor, which you can be able to see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you've got the 6 symbols up here. So the idea here is that you would be able to look at these and try to figure out which symbol here is missing. And based on what I'm looking at here, it looks like it's this one right here, the circle, because everything else I'm seeing up here. So, anyways, before we do that though, let's go back to town again.
You must move quickly now, friend, for Diablo is undoubtedly close to finding what he seeks. Find the tomb of Tal Rasha before he frees the Lord of Destruction. I hope that this false summoner found peace in death. Unfortunately, it is more likely that he will be dragged down into hell by the demons he was bound to. Let this be a lesson to you. Demonic magic is a quick path, but its powers are seductive and deadly.
Indeed.
You must move quickly.
So those are completed.
How may I help you? Faith is stronger than any armor. The shield will protect the body, but faith will strengthen the courageous heart. I feel no pity for that would-be summoner. His terrible ambition for demonic power was his undoing. You merely hastened the inevitable.
Let me stash this over here. That, you know, I'll stop. I'm gonna stop. I'll do that off camera.
Hello. You're more the hero than I could have dreamed. Perhaps there is hope for us after all.
Good evening. Ha! I wish Jaren would have let me in the palace. I would have saved those girls and kicked demon ass back to the fire pits of hell.
Sure.
The way I see it, well, It's all pretty blurry.
You are no help at all. Now, Drognan, on the other hand.
Good evening. You have found Horizon's journal. Excellent. But I must caution you. The mark of the true tomb of Tal Rasha is sought, if not already known, by Diablo. I needn't elaborate on the implications of that.
Indeed.
Larger forces are moving inexorably towards us. You must now make haste to the tombs.
Alright, let's get my merc back.
Who goes there? Unbelievable. The harem girls are dead? The palace guard's been fighting off demons from the cellar? How could that happen without my knowledge? So, Horizon's been dead for some time. I take it you at least found what you were looking for.
Mm-hmm. By the way, in case you aren't able to figure out, this is another way it helps show, the symbol of the true tomb. So it actually goes ahead and shows it for you there, in case you either can't figure it out or don't want to bother figuring it out on your own. It'll just go ahead and show it to you there.
Good evening. News of the tragedy in the palace is spreading fast. How awful. And to think this whole time I thought Jaren and his guards were in there playing with the harem girls.
Playing.
You make me long for the days of glory, when I had both hands, both eyes, and more of a foot.
You know, I have Wirt's leg in my stash. I could probably lend it to you. Just saying.
Good evening. Horizon's urinal? Oh, journal. Yes, well, glad you found it. Such a shame about those poor harem girls, huh? I shall miss them deeply. I mean, their conversations, of course.
Really, Lysander? Really?
Such is always the fate of those who meddle with evil.
Their conversations, of course.
Hello. I thank you for your heroic aid. I'm also glad that you found something you were looking for. The journal should help you find the true tomb of Tal Rasha. Hopefully there is still time to get there before Diablo. Go now, and good luck. The demonic force that was emanating from the corrupted sanctuary has dissipated. I thank you greatly for your help. Now we can look to rebuilding our lives. All will be for nothing, though, if you do not stop the greater evil which is rapidly gaining ground.
Good morning. Well, the news going around town is very unsettling. Apparently, we were in more danger than anyone thought. Good work, friend. You may have saved all our skins. I guess you'll be heading to the tombs now. I hear that they're in the deepest desert regions.
Ahoy, mate. So, now we know Jaren's little secret. Well, I guess I can see why he wanted me to stay, though. I'm just glad it didn't come to that. Now he tells me to wait some more, in case you need to get out of here. Well, for you, I'll do it. Maybe that'll mention me in the epic ballads, eh? Well, you've got what you're after. Now get a move on before it's too late.
Impossible.
I was like, what? And here we have the final waypoint of Act 2. So, This is now the big final area here, where we can go around and look for the correct tomb. Bunch of little things here. Okay, so he still has gear. I'm looking for one of the tombs just so I can show it to you guys before I cut off the video, because I know we are now over an hour here. We spent a whole bunch of time in the Arcane Sanctuary. Aha. So right there, you can go ahead and see the symbol there. And then you can go over here and look for the others. So this is one of those ways that, you know how I mentioned how you can kind of intentionally pick the wrong ones, so that way you can just use it to farm, get XP and loot and such. That's kind of what I'm wanting to do here, honestly. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through the other tombs, the ones that are not correct, so I can be able to get XP and, you know, see if there's any loot I can get and such. You know, it's a tactic I've done in D3. It's a nice way to get extra stuff, you know, and I will save the correct tomb for when we come back. And hopefully, though it really depends, because in that tomb is the final boss of this act, and I am dreading it, guys. I am dreading it. I am so nervous about it, which is one of the reasons why I actually want to go through the other tombs, so I can kind of get some loot and XP and such, and hopefully be stronger for it. But we'll see. So, stay tuned for hopefully the finale of Act 2. Stay tuned.